Hey, this is Nessyp of Nessyp Entertainment. I'm back again, you guys. I have been on a roll. I told you guys yesterday, I have been talking to some phenomenal women. This young lady here, she's an artist and she's the owner of, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to say this really slowly because I want y'all to get it. Uniquely Original Art Studio, Miss Catherine Weaver. Miss Catherine, how are you today?
I'm just fine. Thank you for
Yay.
having me.
Oh, this is my pleasure. So you're an artist. So tell me what how did you get started in art?
Well, I'm a self-taught artist. I guess, just born to be an artist. I've been drawing ever since I was 9 years old. So I mean, the first thing I ever drew, I think it was on the bedroom wall with crayon, and I live the house that I live in. My parents, they built the house, and I went to the school that's directly across the street from my
Okay.
house. And back then, they used to have art teachers that would come to the school. They didn't have art teachers who's actually, that was their subject, and they were there every day. They would
Okay.
just come visit. Music teachers would come and art teachers would come. And I drew this goldfish, and everybody like, oh, that's so pretty. I think I was a good maybe 9 years old, something.
Okay.
And I draw that same goldfish right now. But that's when I realized I could draw, because everybody was just like, oh, this is good. So I'll draw a goldfish for everybody in the class. So ever since then, I was drawing. So I just natural have a natural talent. That's it.
Oh my
A
goodness.
natural talent.
Is there a particular subject that you like when you're out drawing or painting? Is there one particular thing like you said with the goldfish? Is there certain things that you just really like painting?
I guess I do a lot of things that have to do with women. And
Okay.
and I never really deliberately did it. But as I looked at my artwork, all of it was women images. And I remember
Okay.
this guy came, matter of fact, I think he was a repair guy, or somebody for the city or something, that happened to come by the studio for something. And he was looking in the studio, looking at my art, and he said, well, I can't hang this on my wall. It's all women. And they were African American women at that, and he was a
Okay.
Caucasian. But when he said that, it finally dawned on me, like, oh, I do women. I don't know. I think it's just the empowerment of women, the strength of women. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and I don't know. I think it's just the empowerment. I like to see the strength and the beauty of women.
That
So I
that is
don't
so
know where
cool.
that came from, really. But
Well,
that's my main thing, is I draw women images.
that's your gift. That's what that is. That is just totally your gift. And it's that if that's what you see, hey, go
I
for
remember
it.
I drew these women. They were called Sisters of Color, and they were all facing. You only saw the back of them. You didn't
Okay.
see their face, and they were like, not what kind of holding hands. It was three of them, and I remember somebody asking me. They say, why are they facing that way? I say, because they're going somewhere.
All right.
you
Oh,
know.
I'm
So
I'm
I
go-
just
I'm
I
coming to look for that picture.
I don't know. So I do things sometimes, and I don't even know why. Honestly.
That's that gift. So you have your own art studio. So
Mm-hmm.
is it a brick and mortar building or where people can come in and see your art and purchase your art?
Well, it is a brick and mortar, but I'm only open by appointments and doing second Saturday art walk. I'm part
Okay.
of the city, the Art Alliance second Saturday art walk. The trolley does come to us. We're one of the stops. So, and then for special occasions, I do painting parties, like painting with a twist, but it's called cultural art painting parties.
Okay.
So I do painting parties, so people, they can host their own party at our facility, or I
Mhm.
can come to them. So basically, that's the only time I'm really open, is during the art walk, and if someone is doing an event at the location.
Okay. So tell me about the painting parties.
Well, like I said, they're similar to painting with a twist, the same concept, but they're cultural art. They're cultural, meaning they're Afrocentric based themes and images and stuff like that. So you don't have to have any skills. I used to
Uh,
start out
I think
teaching
of me
people.
here.
No, I used to, when I first started, I've been doing it, the painting party thing, for like 2014. But like I
Okay.
said, I've been teaching art ever since I was 14. I started in Parks and Recreation as an art assistant. And when I
Okay.
became 18, I became an art teacher. So I always was teaching classes. So someone on social media had a request that somebody do a paint party for them. And I had no idea what the concept was, like painting with a tool. I didn't know what that was. But
Okay.
I researched it and I was like, okay, well, you know, they're a franchise. I can't do their concept, but I can do my own thing. So then I just came up with the cultural art painting parties. So I started out teaching them step by step, meaning follow directions. You know, if I
Right.
draw a circle, draw a circle. If I draw a straight line, and it would end up being a picture. And they had no problem following directions, and their pictures came out very nice. There was never a time someone couldn't do it. I don't care what they said. They always did it. I mean, and they looked different because, you know, everybody's
Yeah.
different. But that was the fun part of it. That was the funny part of it. And they have their little wine or whatever. So, you know, they were happy. You know, they didn't care. And then most of the time, they would start out very insecure, like, okay, I can't do it. By the end of the time, oh my God, they got so conceited. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. I'm going to sell this. You know what I'm saying? They were so proud of it. But then the painting concept changed and everybody started pre-drawing the pictures. I like, okay,
Oh.
yeah. So everybody started pre-drawing. I'm like, okay, I got to sit up here and pre-draw 25 or 30 pictures, you know? So it changed over the years and it's constantly evolving. You know, with the pandemic, people start doing it on Zoom. They start making kits, you know, prepaid kits. I mean, you know, prepackaged kits, meaning you could just buy the kit pre-drawn with the paint and so everything, and I just send it to your house, and you can do it by yourself, or you can invite your own friends.
Okay.
So it's not as detailed as it used to be as far as needing or having an instructor.
Okay.
But it's still fun when you have the instructor because you're actually learning a little bit while you're having fun. So it's just a fun thing. It's a fun party. You bring your drinks, you bring your own food, and I provide everything else, to paint, the canvas, the aprons, and the music, and we just have a good time.
Wow.
And the atmosphere.
You just said draw. I'm sorry, I just got tickled because you said draw a circle, then draw a straight line, and I could see my circle and my straight line.
You know, I'll tell people, if you can't do it, I'll give you yours free. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I have never met someone who couldn't do it. Never.
Okay.
I would challenge you. I would challenge you. Have a painting party live. Okay, I would challenge you.
Oh no, we're not doing that live.
Okay.
No, we're not doing that live. I'm gonna come to you and then I'm show you what my circle and my straight line looks like.
Now, see, you'll make me a baddest. I've never had a bad student. Okay.
Okay, so we'll record it, but we won't do that live because that's just...
Okay, right. So you can edit it out. Okay, you can edit it out. All right.
Yeah, we can edit it out. But I am interested in coming to see. I'm going to make an appointment with you soon to come and see, you know, because I keep picturing that picture with the women facing backwards and it's just that moving forward. And I think that's just such a great concept. I really do. So I think that would be, I have 2 people that I would love to give that to as a gift, but we'll see when I come. But I am definitely coming, that's for sure. Okay, so you are also the president of Empowerment Center for Young Enterprises.
Right.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, again, I started that when I realized I could make money doing what I enjoy doing. I mean, I started the Empowerment Center. Well, it was a different name. It was the International Association of Young Enterprises Incorporated. It was all the ways about kids. But my thing was, when you can do what you enjoy doing and making money, to me, that's the ultimate goal. You know, I mean, I've worked for other people for many, many, many years, and I found a lot of people are not happy. They need a job. You know, of course, we all have to work, but they're not happy. But then a lot of them have abilities that they never really tap into. But I was like, if you got skills to work for other people, that's why they hired you. Those same skills you can take and you can work for yourself.
Wow.
You know, because like I said, I worked it for the city of St. Petersburg and Parks and Recreation for many, many years. And it's like, okay, well, I know how to teach art. Let me just do my own thing. So once I learned how to do that myself, I say, well, I can show other people how to start their own business
Right.
also. And that's again, the empowerment. I always say empowerment to the people, not not power to the people, but
Okay.
empowerment, inner strength. So
Yeah.
basically that's what it was, is just working with kids. And we've had different facilities over the years. We used to, well, you kind of familiar with St. Pete, I guess. You build here a lot. But
I do.
we used to
I do.
have
I spend more time in St. Pete than anywhere.
we used to have a building on 16th Street. It was like a 6,000 square foot building, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That was our first building that we had, that we were working on doing. But when I first started, I didn't have a facility. I used to meet the children at a recreation center. And they'll just sit on the steps, and I would talk to them and try to motivate them. And we would pick them up. We had one van, and it would take us all day long to pick up all these kids, because we had like 60 kids at a time. And we go pick them
Oh.
all up, and we take them to the park, and we feed them all, and we play games with them and talk to them. Then we got to drive them all back home. It was crazy, But it was just different things. The goal was to have them have their own small business, be it an
Okay.
incubator concept, or
Okay.
festival concept, or whatever. So I do different phases of it and stuff.
That that concept is so amazing to me. The idea that you have in your heart to empower children. I mean, there are some adults that need that.
Right,
And and I don't mean that in a really negative way,
right.
because sometimes we have these gifts that are in our heads, but we have no way to know how to get started.
Well, my
And
main thing is the professionalism of it. It's
mhm,
very, very important to be professional and to be legal. We have
okay,
that hustle mentality, but we need to be legal. We need to get a license. We need to pay taxes. We need to be registered,
yeah,
and that's when people will take you more serious. You need to have a bank account. It's just basic stuff that you need to
yeah,
have.
yeah,
So people, they get a business card and they're like, okay, I'm in business. You know what I'm saying? I used to be the president of the business of the 16th Street business. I was a business association president on 16th Street years ago. And
okay,
that's what I found. A lot of people, that the landlords would give you the keys to the place, but they didn't ask to see your license. You know what I'm saying? So they
okay,
wasn't really licensed. They were just in the place. You know what I'm saying?
right,
They didn't actually have the credentials that they needed to have. So they wouldn't come to our meetings or whatever, because we had the city and the codes and all the people who would come, and the police department. So they wouldn't come to the meetings because they know that they wasn't legal. But
okay,
they wouldn't try to be legal either. They were used to just hustling.
yeah.
So that was the frustrating part of it. They just wanted to hustle.
Well, do you do that now? I mean, do you help? And it says young entrepreneurs, but even people that are trying to start their own business, would you
It was
you
it
have
was from
something like
age from
that?
10. It was age 10 to 25.
Okay.
And like I said, at the time when I actually had the building,
Hmm.
it was workshops that we did on a regular basis. I
Okay.
have worked with different organizations like Urban League and different where I would go to them and do workshops after school or summer camps and stuff like that. I would go
Hmm.
to other facilities and create the concept within their group, their kids structure.
Okay.
I have talked to other adults just as a consultant or whatever, but it was mainly for the children. It was
Okay.
mainly for the children, because it was just hard for them to find a job, at a
Yeah.
young age. But the whole point is, most of them don't have bad credit. You see, when we
Okay.
started out, we spent half our life trying to fix our credit,
Yeah.
and it puts us way behind. So if
Yeah.
they start out young and and doing the thing right, it's a lot easier for them to succeed. And it's a lot easier now than it ever was when I first started. Like I said, I started this back in 92, and it was a challenge. And it's so much information now, it's much easier, much
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah.
So
I applaud you not only for what you have done, but for what you're doing now. I mean, just this conversation here is an inspiration to let people know that you can still do it. you have that option. If you have that gift and you feel like you have that gift, why not put it to use for you?
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
and to
You know,
benefit other people.
right. I mean, well, I came from a whole line of entrepreneurs. I didn't even know what an entrepreneur was, but my family, like I said, the building that I'm in, my grandfather built that building in 1947.
Wow.
He had a grocery store there. And then
Okay.
after that, my uncle, his son, had a TV shop there. And after that, my brother had a AC repair shop there. Then after that, I had the art studio. So it was family a building, you know. So
Right.
I was inherited it, that the
Okay.
property.
Okay.
So, you know, but this was generations of my family. You know, so I like to I have a thing that I'm working on now that I call like Art Speaks, and it basically is, you know, now we talk about with the gentrification and you know
Mhm.
all the history, and you can't talk about history in school, all this kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm working on pieces that, you know, I want to have, just like what the lady we just did, you know, what she did
Yeah,
that
Miss
Black
Dolores.
History, right, the history. We
Yeah.
must tell our stories and our
Yeah.
history and who we were, because it will die with us. If no
Yes.
one knows it, be it your family history or the community or your race or whatever, if we don't talk about it, no one will ever know that we ever was here. It gets erased.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm trying to work on a concept that people can tell their story. I did a piece. I was in an art show not too long ago, and I
Mhm.
have a piece. Matter of fact, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Well, I don't know. You might can see it. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's me. That's me sitting on top of my house
Okay.
in that school that I said I went to. That's directly across the street, and that's
Okay.
me inside the windows of the school. I went there from kindergarten to fifth grade, and my birth certificate is on there, and my family is in the window of the house. My mother and my
That
grandfather, my
is
uncle, and
awesome.
everybody. So you know, you have these pictures. So this is my legacy. This is my legacy and my history. And I want to teach other people to do the same thing so they can leave it for other generations. Say, oh, well, this is what my grandmother did, or this is what my, you know, my mother did, because they
Right.
don't know. If
Right.
the elders are not around, the big mamas, no
Right.
one knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So
You're
it's very
absolutely
important.
right. You
It's
are.
very important, not just our history as a people, but our family history also. Just our personal story,
Yeah. You are
you know?
absolutely right. You
Yeah.
are, and I think that piece is beautiful.
No,
That
thank you.
is beautiful. So
I mean, you have all
congratulations
these
for that.
pictures. Now you know, now you on Facebook, so and you got all your pictures. But before I had all these pictures in a crate, you know, in a folder, all these pictures.
Uh-huh.
Everybody come around, you pull out the photo albums. But
Right.
now what you supposed to do with all the pictures? They're just sitting around, all these pictures. You can't post them all on social media.
Yeah, mine are all, and you're right, because mine are all now. I mean, I've scanned a lot of them.
Right.
I gotten old, and they're all on my computer now. So you're right. It's like, okay, so it was awesome to be able to sit down and open the photo album and say, this is
Right.
your grandmother, this is your great grandmother. But
Right.
nobody wants to sit in front of the computer no more. You know, they want to do other things. So you are absolutely right. I totally agree with you.
Right. You
I
know.
think all my photo albums are in a trunk somewhere in my garage.
See, this is what I'm saying. You know, and they'd be just lost forever.
Yeah.
And these children wouldn't. I mean, people give you pictures, and if you don't write on the back who it is, you have no idea who was that baby. I don't know
Okay.
who that was. You have
You're right.
that's a cute baby, but I don't know who baby it
Oh,
is.
baby. That is so very true. That is so very true.
So, yeah.
One of the and you're absolutely right. There aren't too many big mamas anymore.
Yeah.
One of the things that I had tried to do when my girls were younger was we have family in another state. And so every time that we would go, I would always try to take them to the cemetery. And I know that sounds kind of morbid, you know, you
Right.
take the
I
kids to a
know.
cemetery, but I was able, my mom and my dad grew up together. And so their families were all in the cemetery from this church because they all went to church together.
Okay.
And so I could always, this is your grandmother, this is your great grandmother, this is your great great grandmother, this is your grandfather. so that would give them some kind of history of where they came from to a certain extent.
Right.
And I know that my youngest daughter, she has done that. She has taken my granddaughter there and shown her, this is your grandfather and this is your great grandfather or great grandmother, And so you're right, kids don't have a sense of history because their parents may not have a sense of history. Like you said, you look at the baby picture and it's like, whose baby is this? Like,
Right. And we might don't go to family reunions because we got issues like,
Yeah.
Family Feud or something,
Yeah.
but the movie Roots, remember Roots went all the way back. It always went all the way back to Kizzy or whatever, all the way back to Africa. So we need that because so we don't marry each other.
That is true. Come
on now. You need to put this picture up in your wall in your house somewhere, like that is your cousin right there.
Right. And this is your uncle's child.
Sister.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. I totally agree with you. This is so cool. Miss Catherine, I want to just say thank you for I know today was really busy for you. Yeah. So I do want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I really appreciate it. I am going to come over there and draw my straight line in my circle. I'm going to do that. I really am. I'm going to take pictures. So we'll know.
I will hold you to that.
Who's on that picture with those
I will hold you to that.
Well, I want to come and see, your art. Like
I say, we do Art Walk. Art Walk is always the second Saturday of every month.
Oh, okay.
From 5 to 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And we starting to do the painting parties during Art Walk because when people host a party, they have to normally have at least 10 people to host the party themselves. But with Art Walk, you can come on your own. You could just come with your girlfriend. You could come, however.
Okay.
But, so I did that because a lot of people couldn't gather up all those friends and commit them at one time or whatever. But, we have done painting parties for sorority, for birthdays, for date nights, for Christmas functions, church events, whatever.
Okay.
It really doesn't matter what theme or whatever. But Art Walk, like I said, it's art. So I teach different things. Sometimes we might be doing crafts. We might be doing jewelry making. We might be doing wine glass designs. Whatever.
Yeah.
So you'll see my original art. Plus, you get a chance to meet me. Plus, you get a chance to actually participate and do art yourself. So that's the circle. Yeah, we used to do the drum circles. We haven't done that, and we put them on hold for a minute, but we will get back to that. But right now, we're doing the old school jams. We do the karaoke. We play cards. Got the games going on. We have chess games going on. So it's a variety of things happening during Art Walk.
Okay.
So Art Walk is the time to come and chill with us and have a good time and get your creativeness going on. Get that creative side.
I keep picturing that straight line. I just keep picturing that.
Okay. So like I said, you're gonna make me retire if I can't teach you. I'm gonna have to give it up, man.
Well, see, I don't want you retiring. You got too much.
I'm telling you, I ain't never met a student, and you will be the first, honey. I don't believe it. I do not believe it.
You say that now. So, Miss Catherine, tell people how to get in touch with you.
Well, I am on Facebook. I have Instagram, but I'm normally on Facebook all the time.
Okay.
At Uniquely Original Art Studio.
Okay.
Original Art by Catherine. That's at Original Art by Catherine. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's basically, they can find me on Facebook. They can Google me. I come up on Google.
Okay.
And like I say, come to the Art Walk. Always the second Saturday. Come slide on through doing the Art Walk.
Okay, so every second Saturday of the month.
Write it on their calendar every second Saturday from
I'm gonna write this down right now.
From 5 to 9.
From 5 to 9.
Yeah.
Every second Saturday.
Every second Saturday. Featuring Nessyp. Featuring Nessyp drawing for the first time, okay?
With her straight line.
With her circle and her line, okay? That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna sell that artwork on eBay, okay?
Okay.
It's $1,000, okay?
Yeah. If I do this circle in this straight line, I'm gonna get a big poster and put it in my living room. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. You know what?
What?
To prove that point, when I used to teach classes, that was something that was a technique I used. It was called imagination drawing.
Okay.
What it's called. So meaning if you drew a circle and a straight line, I had to make a picture from it. Okay, because anything is created from circles, lines, squares. You know, that's what art is. Images come from lines, and you put them all together and it becomes a picture. So that's what I would do. I would like, what does that look like to you? And I would just let you have a piece of paper and you draw a line. I draw a picture, or vice versa.
I want my own circle on my own land.
No, but if I gave you a circle and a line, in your imagination, what would that be? Let's just say it's a lollipop. Can you draw a lollipop? Can you draw a circle? You put the stick on top of the circle. Can you do that? There you go. See,
I imagination. I can do that.
Then you drew a piece of candy. Okay. So that's art. You did create that piece of candy. Tell them that's what you was trying to do.
Okay, that's gonna be my story, and
that's your story. And stick to it.
Story. That's right.
This is a blow pop. Make it red. It's a blow pop.
It's a blow pop.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, Miss Catherine, thank you so much. I have so enjoyed you, and I've noticed that my last few interviews, I have learned so much, and my goal is always to be better today than I was yesterday. And so as long as I'm learning things, I'm better today than I was yesterday. And you have taught me quite a bit. And I'm looking forward to my circle, my
you gonna when you get off of here, I know you're gonna get a piece of paper, you're gonna
try. No, I'm not doing that.
You need instructions.
I'm saving that. No, I am gonna save that when I come to see you.
Okay.
I'm not doing, because I'll be tickled for the rest of the night about this sucker that I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm not doing that. Okay. But I'm glad that we had this opportunity to talk. We will definitely be able to get together. I'm quite sure you would, because like you said earlier, I'm in St. Pete all the time. Like,
right.
I should write something over there. You know, I'm over there so much.
And we missed lunch, so we're gonna have to make it. We're gonna make it happen.
Oh, that's for sure. That
we will make it happen. I'm looking forward to it, and I am so honored that you even considered me to be on your show. I thank you so much for that. You're such a nice, caring, down to earth person. You know, with a very beautiful heart. I can see that. Very beautiful heart. You know,
much. I so appreciate that. I really do. That's, I like people.
Yeah, it shows. It shows.
I do. I like people. Okay, so you guys stay tuned, because Miss Catherine is gonna come back to tell y'all how I did with my son.
Yeah, if it don't turn out good, we're not showing it to anybody. But okay.
Okay, see that's exactly what I'm talking about. We ain't got to see nobody mouth sucker, so we good. We are so good. So, Miss Catherine, I really would like at some point to have you come back on the show. I want to keep up with what you're doing, and so like you said, we're going to definitely get together. So I'm so good with that.
I'm looking forward to it.
So am I. Okay, you guys, this has been Nessyp of Nessyp Entertainment. Back to you in the studio.